friends. Feels like a little while since I've actually seen you, so I've been away for the last couple of weeks, as you might have probably noticed from the lack of videos, but I wanted to take some time today to make a video to sort of explain what you can expect from me, both on the rest of FM22, which is obviously limited to the next week or so, and then following into FM23, the plans and all that good stuff, basically. But before that, I just wanted to say thank you, as always, for the immense amount of support that I've received over the course of FM22. It's been lovely. I've been genuinely blown over by the support on things like Nordic Nomads. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff sort of like that this year, but we'll talk about that more in a second, and of course on the streams and all that loveliness. So just a massive thank you to everybody. That's very, very kind of you. And also to thank you guys for the support on the videos that are slightly outside of that, the stuff that isn't sort of serialized story related stuff, the one-off stuff. There's going to be a lot more of that on FM23 as well, as I feel that's sort of the direction that YouTube is going. But don't worry, I'll still be doing the Let's Play. And on the topic of FM23, if you haven't already pre-ordered it or are going to buy it, then there's a link in the description. You can get yourself a little discount. I've already sorted it out so that the code automatically gets applied when you go through the link. So if you do fancy doing that, hey, then link in the description, you know what to do. We're going to start with the YouTube side of things, because obviously a lot of you already know what's going to be going on over on the Twitch stuff if you've been watching the streams, in addition to the time changes and stuff like that as well. But we'll get to that a bit later. So firstly, what to expect from the rest of FM22 regarding the YouTube side of things. Tomorrow there's going to be the Treaty United looking forward recap video. So it's basically an edited version of the stream. The full version of the stream should already be up over on the second channel right now, but if you want like a 25-minute version of all the fun parts that we got when we simmed to 2117, then that video should be up tomorrow night, touch wood. We also have the looking forward stream for Nordic Nomads, which I know a lot of you on the YouTube side will be very much looking forward to. That is tomorrow at 11 AM, so Thursday UK time, that is. I don't know when until, depends on what happens during that, and the video for that will of course be up later in the week, not entirely sure when, but sometime Thursday, Friday, probably. We also, of course, have the Twitch Best Bits compilation. That'll be coming up later in the week as well. That's pretty much already done, but just need to sort out a few bits for it. So what to expect from me for FM23 on the YouTube side of things. Now, normally every year I've done some kind of Let's Play beta series. This year I've decided to scrap that because I don't think that it was particularly good content for me. I really don't. And I'd much rather spend that time making content that I think can help people with the game and just fun things that I find, like I did last year with the goalkeeping thing and all sorts of other stuff like that coming up. And that sort of content will continue throughout the year, even once the Let's Play series properly starts. And speaking of that series is going to be Newcastle Blue Star. Now, they're a very, very lower league English side. I believe they're actually in the 11th tier at the moment, but obviously databasing willing, that might have to change a little bit, but not by too much. And the aim of that save, of course, is to try to win every single trophy we can before Newcastle do with all their massive billions of money. But that's sort of a side target and not like the overall criteria or anything like that. It's going to have a lot of the same elements of Nordic Nomads, perhaps not the crime drama stuff, but just different stuff in the same place, same formatting. I'm extremely looking forward to it, but don't expect to see that immediately upon the release, as that will of course be requiring some extended databases that add the lower leagues in England, and those can sometimes take up to a month to actually come out. So expect to see that late November, early December starting, similar to how Nomads did this year. Some of you might know that this was actually my planned save last year, but then database issues got in the way. Hopefully that's not the case this year and we can actually pull this off. And I'm absolutely massively looking forward to it. I have been for the last year. I've also got some exciting YouTube projects coming up as well, which I'm not going to talk about just yet because I want to start getting some of the work done in the background for those, but I think they're going to be really, really cool. And if you liked some of the stuff I did with Nomads, then you're probably going to like this, especially if you've enjoyed Premier League years. You know what I mean? So now onto the Twitch side of things. Our beta save over on Twitch is going to be Dundee United, just because of all the memes that have spun out of the Scottish situation over on my Treaty United save, so it made sense for us to do a Dundee United save. Can we do Scotland is finally happening again, because we did it last year, remember? And of course our main save will be MTK Budapest of Hungary. It's building a nation still, with a slightly edited database to see if we can make certain changes that will actually make it even more fun, but we'll more on that later. I'll have like a change log essentially, but that's coming much later down the line, once the game's been out for a couple of weeks, so we can actually let things settle, have a couple of patches, just to make sure we don't run into some of the issues that we ran into when we did this last year, where there was a couple of things that were broken through the entire save and could have been fixed if we just waited a couple of weeks to start the save. But I'm massively hyped for that, provided Gideon doesn't do a big murder on me or something. The only other change regarding the Twitch situation is that my stream times are going to be slightly different as of this year. The weekday streams on Tuesday and Thursday will remain completely intact, so that's 11 AM till 3 PM on UK time, Tuesday and Thursday. That's going to be the same. It's the weekend when things are going to be slightly different. Currently I stream on Saturdays also at 11 till 3, but that this year will be changing over to Sunday at 10 till 2. Now there is one last thing I wanted to talk about before I let you all get on with your day. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And that is a little community project that I'm hoping to start once the beta actually drops. So every night once the beta drops, I'm going to be doing random overnight sims with certain leagues turned on, with the idea essentially of every night creating some very interesting scenarios, because you know how FM can throw up some mad stuff into the future when you just sim randomly. randomly. Especially as on the beta, you find that there's a lot more variation in the things that happen in the leagues with promotion and relegation and weird stuff just because of the variations in there, and I feel like it's a perfect time to do something like this. And the idea is that once the beta is completed and maybe a few days into the full release, I will have a huge pack of different scenarios for people to potentially start their saves with random places. Maybe Liverpool are in League One, or Watford are a Premier League challenging side, things like that. You know, wishful thinking, perhaps not for Liverpool fans. There will of course be a video about this once that's actually happened, with links for people to download the different save files should they want to start those as their main save. But the reason I mention this here is because I'm going to start a channel over on the Discord server, and if you haven't already joined that, there's a link in the description to do exactly that. There'll be a channel called Make This Your Save, and the reason for that is simple. If you want to donate some computing time to do some sims of your own overnight, potentially, and want to contribute any weird scenarios that you find over the beta period, then that is a channel for you to be able to do that and contribute to this pack, which we could then hopefully have, you know, tens and tens of save files that people could potentially start saves with at the start of the full release of the game, to have all kinds of weird fun right from the very off. So if that's something that you find might be interesting to you, then hop over to the Discord, drop me a message, and I'm sure we can sort something out to keep track of all the different save files once the game is actually released, and hopefully have a really fun pack for people to play with, really. I just think it's a cool idea, and we'll see how we go with that one. But that about wraps things up as far as plans go for now, so I will let you guys get on with the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope to see you in FM23 and with the remainder of the content that I have for you in FM22. Have a nice day. Hold your gun, capybara, bye-bye.